Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one live on the Champs channel. We have a few faction boss info for tomorrow. This one's very short notice, one-day scouting. This is the stuff in the game on the top. It's all in the game. I'm not going to read through it. You can read through it on this if you want. I'll have it here for a second. All this stuff is in the game. This is all accurate, nothing new there. The stuff people generally want to know is the boss HP at the difficulty levels. Max level 23 is 1 billion health, so it's dialed back a little bit from the weekend one, which is good since it's a midweek. And you can see all the boss healths here. Go ahead and screenshot it if you want. I'll move my mouse because that's one factions like to know. Not going to read them all off. Boss abilities. This is like turn order and stuff. This is important stuff. Deal damage and deal bonus damage per turn. Every turn starting turn 1. Obviously that's normal. It gets bigger. Hardened black gem shield every 2 turns starting turn 1. So boss's first turn, the black gem shield goes up. You're going to want to plan for taking that down if you cannot turn 1. Increase move MP cost every 2 turns starting boss's second turn. So ideally you do not want to get to this turn or you're going to be sitting there trying to charge your moves up again. And then finally, increase boss move damage if there is a green gem on the board. I thought this was black, but I could be wrong. We can double check that. Either way, the text in the game is what you want to go with. That happens every turn. It can be removed with neutralize, is the big one. There's always going to be 1 gem on the board of somebody's board, so just bring a neutralize and you won't have to worry about that. Requirements, I think this is pretty standard at this point. 1 to 10, no requirement. 5 SB for 11 and 12. You know, I'm not going to read them all, but let me zoom out. You can screenshot this if you want. There you go. Okay. Battle tips. This is pretty general. I'm not the biggest fan of Regeneration X, but if you have it, go for it. Neutralize at chaotic, we talked about that. That one is important. And then healing with the helping hand, exhaust, that kind of stuff is great. Extra time's always useful. So yeah, that's pretty much the big stuff. This is all standard. If you want to screenshot this, go ahead. I'm not going to read all this because it's standard. Like I said, the big stuff we want to see is the turn orders and the health and that sort of thing for planning. If your team member disconnects, just force close so you get max points, promoters help, all that jazz. Really quick and dirty with almost no time of looking at this. Let me switch over and I'll just throw some random stuff out for you of what could be good. And we'll look at the boss here. Nothing on CSS HD, sorry. Nothing on CSS. Just the bare bones, how to plan. So botch gems, 800%. Mostly, I think this is a trap. Green gem damage, 600% or 6 times. Multiply gems, strength 15. So goal here is you want to combine green with multiplies in a perfect world. But obviously, multiplies themselves or greens themselves will be good. Red gems are hurt, so your red gems aren't doing anything. And then as far as the boss buff, it is black gem on the board, but there's no way you're going to remove them all, so just bring neutralize. And then the shield, max level, you're going to be breaking 90 black gems, so if you're not doing big damage, bring a really good black gem shield breaker. If you got Hall of Fame Brutus, he would be really good. Anyone that can just flood the board, preferably the entire board with black gems, will be clutch. So, lineup, Zombie Sammy, this is all my powerhouses for the boost, but Zombie Sammy will be absolutely ridiculous if you have him. I know a lot of people don't, but you know, you're going to have times 31 multiply gems and green moves. You want the red move in here. It's not equipped, this one. So he'll be one of the best. Zombie Dom, who, and this move. You don't want the buff in this. Holy lag, did I just freeze? Zombie Dom, somebody that everyone has, will be ridiculous, right? So defensive, Zombie Dom's going to be your guy. Focused is probably the best, to be honest. There's a ton of good focus guys. you can, I mean, Cody's yellow, but he's got big multiply gems. You got Regal, who's going to hit super hard. Mutant Roman can hit pretty hard. Rocky can break some black gems on the shield. Fatu, for those lucky enough to get him. I'm pretty sure Seamus does a bunch of green gems with the funky build. Yeah. So Seamus can get some green gems out there. He'll be solid, not amazing, but if he's someone you've taken up, right? The top ones are like Sammy, Regal, maybe Fatu. I don't have him. I don't know. Because, you know, I don't have Loomis with the Last Ride from Hell plate will be awesome. Steiner breaks green gems. I don't think he's going to be good damage, but, you know, he breaks green gems. I think Waller can do some stuff. Gunther with the multiplies in greens can absolutely do damage. Yes. Like I said, Focused is your class, I think, for this one. Cowboy Bob, a lot of people have. You can use him. You could use Nakamura some for the multiplies and blowing up the board, right? Like, Focus is just loaded. But I do think Zombie Sammy and Regal are probably the best in Focus, but Focus is loaded. You should be able to find something gem damage wise. X-Pac Hall of Fame for the botch build, you know, and stuff is good. Like I said, Brutus for the black gems. I think Ali's got some big multiplies you can use. Waller both gears, sure. Yeah, Focused is absolutely stacked. Shamrock, I think, is in this one. He's got botches that turn into green, so if you've leveled Shamrock up, you know, he'll be okay. I think he can also do black gems to help with the shield, which would be more important. Again, keep in mind, you want to get through that shield right away so you don't have to see turn 3 and get stuck in that down MP and just being slow if you can't win turn 1. But there's tons of solid people in these, right? No, Corbin's botch move won't hit harder, if anyone's asking. Breaker would be good for the shield, absolutely. D'Lo will be great again. D'Lo's been good in so many bosses, so D'Lo in Chaotic. Someone like Wesley can be okay. Nakamura should be really good with his green stuff going on. Yeah, I mentioned Hall of Fame X-Pac in that one, yep. Does this KO do green? Maybe. There's lots of stuff to use in general. This one doesn't seem hard. Taker can do green, but, you know, not crazy damage, so a lot of decent stuff. Someone like Steiner's multiply gems will be buffed off of the sub and they'll stay there, but it's random, so there's a lot of stuff you can do. Sako does do both, yes, but I don't know if he hits hard enough. KO does do green, yeah, so there's a good one. KO. Dom just seems to be the choice here to me. Who else gets big multiply gems or multiply gems in green? Oh, Angle can do some work. He's got all those multiply gems, so you could do Angle. Not specifically green, but you could definitely do him. Snoop probably could do some stuff with green. Animation's a little slow, though. Like I said, this is super quick and dirty just glancing through it. But yeah, I think some of the best ones are for sure going to be Zombie Dom, Regal, and Zombie Sammy. Those I think are probably, just initially looking at it, my top 3 on my roster. Could be some ones I don't have that I'm forgetting about, but I think those are probably going to be the top 3 hardest hitters. It could see some big stuff from someone like Angle Hall of Fame too, I suppose, but he can't consistently make green. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this really short video. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps this guy out. And come check me out on the Champs channel on Tuesdays. We're digging into rosters. I think it's a lot of fun. Had the man himself, Rusty Graves, on today. So yeah, take care, guys, and good luck out there. Woof. That was a lot fast. I missed a ton. Don't hate me.